It's the end of the day. You're exhausted. You get into bed, ready for sleep, and suddenly your brain decides to solve every problem in your life. What if I told you that the more you try to stop these thoughts, the more you guarantee you'll stay awake? This isn't a personal flaw. There's a specific network in your brain designed to do this, and it gets louder when the world gets quiet. And it's not just brain chemistry. Your own biology, from stress hormones to genetics, can prime you for this nightly battle. In the next few minutes, we'll break down the science of why your brain goes into overdrive and give you evidence-based techniques to finally quiet the noise. The first reason is simple. During the day, your brain is bombarded with tasks, sounds, and sights. At night, all that external noise disappears. Neurologically, this is when your default mode network, or DMN, takes over. Think of it as your brain's screensaver. It activates when you're not focused externally. This is fine for self-reflection, but at night, an overactive DMN is the engine of rumination, keeping your brain in a state of active, analytical thinking. When this cycle robs you of sleep, it creates a vicious feedback loop. Poor sleep weakens emotional control, making you more anxious the next day and the next night. So your brain has a default setting for overthinking in the quiet. But what's happening in your body that pours fuel on this fire? Meet cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone. Its levels should naturally drop at night to permit sleep, but stress can keep it elevated. This high cortisol level tells your body it's time for fight or flight, not rest and digest. It increases heart rate, creating that tired but wired feeling. Then there's a fascinating biological trait called sleep reactivity. For some people, the act of trying to sleep is a mild stressor that makes their brain sharper. This explains why you might feel calm watching TV, but your mind explodes the second your head hits the pillow. It's a physiological response, not a failure to relax. On the other side of the hormonal coin is melatonin, which signals that it's time to sleep. But modern life attacks our melatonin production, especially through light. The blue light from our phones, TVs, and laptops is particularly potent. It tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime, suppressing melatonin and keeping you alert. So we have neurology and biology working against us. But it turns out the quantity of your thoughts isn't the biggest problem. What specific type of thought is? Here's a common mistake. You command yourself, don't think about work. Your brain flags work as important, and the thought comes back stronger. Another mistake, tossing and turning for hours in frustration. Your brain starts to associate your bed with wakefulness and anxiety, not rest. And here's the answer. The most damaging thought isn't about work. It's the thought about sleep itself. Why am I still awake? This is meta worry. To recap, your brain is wired to think at night. Your hormones can keep you alert, and fighting it only makes it worse. So what actually works? Technique 1. Don't save your worrying for bedtime. Schedule it. Set aside 15 minutes in the afternoon to write down every concern and any possible next steps. This gives your concerns a time and place, acknowledging them so they're less likely to ambush you later. You're telling your brain, we already handled this. Technique 2. If you're still awake after 20 minutes, get out of bed. This feels wrong, but it is vital for breaking the association between your bed and frustration. Go to another room with dim light. Do something monotonous. Read a manual. Fold laundry. No screens. Only return to bed when you feel sleepy. Now let's connect the dots. Remember the default mode network that loves to ruminate? And the rebound effect, where suppressing thoughts backfires? The goal isn't to have no thoughts, but to have uninteresting thoughts. This is where a technique called cognitive shuffling comes in. Pick a simple, neutral word like bedtime. For each letter, think of unrelated words. B, banana, boat, blue. This is mildly engaging but too nonsensical for anxiety. You aren't suppressing thought. You are gently redirecting it. These techniques help you in the moment, but how can you set yourself up for success beforehand? Your brain doesn't have an on/off switch. It needs a transition period. For 30 to 60 minutes before bed, dim the lights, put away work screens, and do something relaxing. This routine is a powerful biological cue. Dimming lights allows melatonin to rise. Avoiding work lets cortisol fall. It prepares your entire system for rest. During your wind down, try the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and exhale slowly for 8. This activates your relaxation response. Or try progressive muscle relaxation. Tense the muscles in your toes for 5 seconds, then relax. Move up your body to release physical tension. The story of bedtime overthinking isn't one of a broken brain. It's the story of an intelligent system doing its job at the wrong time. The solution is to guide it. Stop fighting a war against your thoughts. Instead, become a skillful diplomat. Pick one technique, worry time or cognitive shuffling, and try it tonight.